Some people say the fans in the stands in every football match are the 12th man. This might not be entirely true, however, there is some truth in it. Fans can influence the outcome of a game. While some fans are okay with influencing the game right from the stands, some crave for more. It is okay to want to be more involved as a football fan, but sometimes fans just go the extra mile and even go as far as crossing the line. These are 20 times fans crossed the line. We will go on in a bit, but before we go on, like and share this video. Also, hit the bell button to avoid missing our other videos. PSG fans invade Neymar's home. If there is ever a time fans crossed the line, the invasion of Neymar's home is definitely that time. Neymar no longer plays for PSG, and this is common knowledge. But do you know he neither left because he hated the team, nor because he couldn't get along with Mbappe? Why did he leave? Well, the fans didn't want him and even went as far as invading his home. Napoli fans attack players' homes. If you think PSG fans were nasty, then you have no idea what Napoli fans did. Once upon a time in 2019, Napoli were performing badly. The players got criticized and decided to miss training in a bid to protest. Well, they made their point known, but the fans were not having it. So what did they do? They invaded the players' homes and even damaged some cars belonging to these players. Fans threw a pig's head at Figo. Napoli fans were nasty, but at least they were patient enough to let these players have their time on the pitch. Unfortunately, we cannot say the same of Barcelona's fans, who could not hide their displeasure at Luis Figo. You see, back in the days, Figo was a Barcelona star and had pledged his allegiance to the Catalans. But he decided to go against these dear fans and switched to Real Madrid. He signed for Madrid and went on to have a successful career at Madrid. Barcelona fans were not happy with this, so when the two teams met in the El Clasico, a fan threw a pig's head at Figo just as he was about to take a corner kick. Fans threw a bottle at Dimitri Payet. There will never be a reason for fans to throw objects at a player, but we could say Figo got hit by a pig's head because Barcelona fans got betrayed. Well, like Figo, Payet was hit with a bottle, but we might never know the reason for this. We can assume the fans were unhappy with his form, but even this is not a good enough reason to throw an object at a player. We will see more of this later in this video, but before we go on, please subscribe to this channel if you are new so you don't miss our other videos. Inter fans threw flares into the pitch. In 2005, AC Milan and Inter Milan were some of the biggest teams in Europe, and when they met in the Champions League, it was a clash of the titans. This was expected, but do you know what was not expected? Inter Milan fans becoming a nuisance. Well, these fans did become a nuisance after their team's goal was disallowed. They resorted to throwing flares into the field. The match could not continue, and AC Milan won not because their fans were better behaved, but because they were already leading. Lens fans pitch invasion. There was nothing good about Inter fans disrupting the Milan Derby in 2005, but Lens fans do not disagree with this because in 2021, they did the same. They did not throw objects into the pitch, they took things a step higher. They literally ran into the pitch in their numbers. Of course, the match had to be suspended until everything was calm. The match resumed, but it appeared Lille players were distracted and Lens ended up winning. Man City fans threw objects at Rio Ferdinand and Wayne Rooney. Back to fans throwing objects at players on the pitch. In 2012, Rio Ferdinand was hit by a coin in a Manchester derby. Well, the coin did more than hit him, it also injured him. Hibernian fans pull down goalposts. So, it is easy to believe fans act in bad ways when they are showing displeasure, but this is not always what the case is. So, what other reason will fans cross the line? Well, when fans are happy, sometimes they lose it, and Hibernian fans did exactly this when they pulled down goalposts because their team won the Scottish Cup after a 114-year wait. Scottish fans flood Wembley. We might have to believe Scottish fans get unruly when celebrating their victory because in 1977, they ran into the stadium after defeating England at Wembley. This was bad, but they did more. Some fans even pulled out the grass as a souvenir and went as far as climbing the goalpost, splitting it in the process. The next set of fans did not disrupt any match. However, they took going past the line to a whole new level. A fan staked $160,000 on Argentina versus Saudi Arabia. So, back in 2022, Argentina emerged the champions of the world at the Qatar 2022 World Cup, but they had a major setback before going all the way. They lost to Saudi Arabia in a match that no one believed they would lose. It was bad that they lost, but worse was the fact that a fan staked $160,000 on the match because he believed Argentina could lose. Well, just like Argentina, he lost his money. A Roma fan tattooed Totti on his entire back. Totti might not be one of the best players of all time, but as much as football fans love some of the best like CR7, Messi and the likes, loyal AS Roma fans place Totti above the others in their hearts, and some have gone as far as having tattoos of him. But one did what no one expected when he got an image of Totti tattooed on his entire back. You might call this loyalty, but it is simply not the smartest thing for a grown man to do. A Feyenoord fan tattooed the Conference Cup on his hand. This Roma fan perhaps may never regret having a tattoo of Totti on his back, as he adores the Roma legend. However, we cannot say the same about this Feyenoord fan who went on to draw a tattoo of the UEFA Conference Cup because he thought his club would win this cup. Well, he moved ahead of his time and was wrong, as his team lost to Roma in the final, so the tattoo is currently useless and he just might have to take it off. A fan visited every game of the 2022 World Cup. It is almost a year since Argentina won the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, and beyond the fact that Messi won his first World Cup, most people have forgotten about the World Cup. But did you know that one fan planned to watch every single game of the World Cup? Now, it might be difficult to tell if he actually did this, but this was what he set out to do at the beginning of the World Cup. Neymar's clone. So, who says you have to be talented to be famous? Sometimes, looking like a famous person can make you famous, and that was all this Neymar lookalike needed to be famous. Before he even knew about Neymar, people thought he was the real Neymar, so he decided to cash out. He cuts his hair like Neymar and has all of Neymar's tattoos in the exact position the Brazilian has them. Well, if this is not going too far, then what is? Argentine fans lost it. Regular folks will do anything for fame, but fame can be dangerous, and the Argentine World Cup winning squad knows about this. Argentina won the World Cup after waiting for over 3 decades. Like every other team, they had a public display of the cup in their country. Things looked normal and great until about 4 million football fans all over Argentina crowded the Argentine capital. Things looked dangerous and 5 choppers had to be sent in to move the players off the scene. No one got injured, but if action was not taken on time, things could have been worse. Zlatan's look-alike. At number 5, we have Zlatan pushing away his look-alike. Of course, he did not plan to do this, but somehow his look-alike found his way into the pitch. Zlatan seemed to be having a bad day at United, so instead of relating with the fan, he simply pushed him off. Tottenham till I die. There are lots of loyal football fans all around the world, and this seems normal. However, some go an extra mile to show the world how loyal they are to a club, and that's what this Tottenham fan did. He is so much in love with Tottenham, he went on to write a tattoo captioned, "Tottenham till I die." We hope he keeps his word. Harry Kane's face on the leg. So, the fan with the tattoo "Tottenham till I die" might have been telling the truth. Unfortunately, we cannot say the same of this Harry Kane fan who has a tattoo of Harry Kane's face on his thigh. This might not seem out of place, however, he had more than the striker's face on his thigh. Under the face was World Cup winners 2018. Of course, he thought England would win the World Cup when he drew this, but he was wrong. Unfortunately, he might have to live with this self-deceit. Flamengo superfan. This Harry Kane fan might have been a little too forward, but at least his body is not all covered with ink. This is not the case for this Flamengo fan. Can you guess how far this fan went? You might never guess right, because you probably would never imagine someone covering about 40% of his body with tattoos because he supports a club. But this fan has about 40% of his body covered in ink, and guess what message he was looking to pass? He wasn't passing any messages. He simply did not want to bother about buying the Flamengo jersey, so he drew a tattoo of this jersey on his body. Fans surrounded Messi's restaurant. We are perhaps used to footballers being attacked by fans on the pitch, but sometimes they don't even have to invade the pitch. They simply need to know where a player is and invade their privacy. This was exactly what happened to Messi after Argentina won the World Cup. He was having dinner with his family in Argentina when fans in their thousands disrupted his privacy. As much as their fans would say they love the 8-time Ballon d'Or winner, he clearly wasn't comfortable with all that attention. And that's all we can show you in this video. Which of these fans do you consider the most bizarre? Please let us know in the comment section below. See you in the next video.